Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol TOPS. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis yesterday, so that's where the green line annotation down here is coming from. And I start with that because this is now a very, very important level going into next week. And this chart is tricky to talk about because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought there or there or there, and you wanted to sell within 25 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart looks pretty bad. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. There's been a pretty significant pullback. But from the big picture, the bulls do still technically have an opportunity to build a higher base. And when you have higher bases over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a different outlook and strategy going into the trade. And case in point right there, that green line right at 19.5 cents. I'm not saying this will happen, but let's say that the price does come down here, flirts around this area before starting to eventually work its way back upwards. Emphasis on big picture. From the big picture perspective, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have this set of lows down here. And if you picture these as stair steps, again, big picture. So from the big picture viewpoint, what would you have? Well, you'd have stair steps still progressing in the upwards direction. And that would still be bullish. The bulls would still be making upwards movements and therefore constructing a longer term uptrend. Now, in the event the price comes down here and then just breaks through and continues to separate to the downside, well, at that point in time, you would literally have the price right back into this range where it already was. And not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that go back to where they all started, that's not exactly a sign of genuine power. So, in that situation, yeah, this whole move here was just a dead cat bounce, no strength behind it. But as it stands right now, to be fair to the bulls, they still have an opportunity to build that higher base. And again, I'm quantifying that higher base as 19.5 cents. So we'll see if the bulls can get that job done or not next week. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.